Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 30. Is Bitcoin worth less than we think? Alt season on the horizon, and Ripple fork. Guys, thank you for being here. This is the 30th day that we're here in a row. I'm really happy, and I'm really looking forward to tonight's stream. Wish you all a good afternoon or good night, depending on where you're watching from. Now, if you're catching this stream live, welcome. Hey, happy Saturday, Sean Christian. Thank you for being here. If you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions, please make sure you leave them in the comment box below. Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us in the Discord, right? Links in the description. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you haven't done it yet, you should do it, right? Because we're here every night. Damn, we hit 50 subs. Yeah, double celebration. Nice, man. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm going to hide subscriber count because next milestone is at 100 subs. So 50 subs and 30 days in a row. I'm really happy to be here. Anyways, guys, we're going to go on to the news, right? Anyways, the Bank of England Governor, Mark Carney, which... sounds a little bit like McCartney, right? Like Paul McCartney. Mark Carney is proposing a new digital asset that would work as a global currency to replace the dollar as the world's reserve currency. Hey, thank you for bringing a friend, man. I hope he enjoys the stream as well. Or he or she, right? Anyways, Carney stated that a digital currency could dampen the domineering influence of the dollar on global trade. He actually stated the following, right? The dollar's influence on global financial conditions could similarly decline if a financial architecture developed around a new digital currency, and it displays the dollar's dominance in credit markets. Right now, before I actually go on to what I think, I want to go into an article that we covered earlier, right? I think it was on August 3rd, one of the first streams we did. I think it was stream number 2. We were talking about the Bretton Woods Agreement, right? And how in 1944, 44 delegates from different nations came together to establish the dollar as the world reserve currency, right, which would be pegged to gold. Now, the member nations would then peg their currencies to the dollar, right, which is when the dollar became basically the global reserve currency, right. Now, the dollar stopped being the official reserve currency when President Nixon took the country off the gold standard in 1971. But it remained the de facto global reserve currency because, well, the U.S. was the largest economy and largest trading nation, right? But this guy from the Bank of England was talking about like being using the dollar as the world reserve currency, but he could use other currencies as well, right? He could still use gold, right? He doesn't need to create a digital asset. Now, he's proposing a digital asset that is somewhat similar to Bitcoin, but apparently they just don't want to use Bitcoin, right? Probably because they want to make it, or they want to, create it and control it, right? That's probably the reason that they're coming out with this currency, right? But I just want to make the point that they don't have to be pegged to the dollar. It's just the de facto currency for reserves. But you could hold reserves in whatever you want, right? Not necessarily dollars for the England people, right? Anyways, we're going to move on to market cap real quick. Market cap. Yesterday, positive day, 0.29%. Closing market cap yesterday at 240 billion. Right now, market cap sitting at 240.8 billion, so up 0.31%. On to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin yesterday lost dominance, 0.13%. Right now, losing dominance again, 0.04%, right? From an opening yesterday of 71.63, closing at 71.56. And right now is sitting at 71.53. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth, happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Anyways, we're going to jump onto Bitcoin news real quick. I found this article, right? And it just seems to suggest that the real actual price of Bitcoin should be less than what we are led to believe, right? And I'll tell you what, I'm not buying what they're saying, although it could make sense at a certain, if it was a company, right, it could make sense, but being that it's a cryptocurrency and it's not owned by anyone and no one's getting that money except another person on the exchange, then I'll tell you why in a second. But anyways, that they are basically justifying it by stating that market cap diverges from realized cap, right? Market cap takes the last transaction price of the coin and then uses that to times it the amount of circulating supply, right? And then realized cap just takes the face value of the coin when it was purchased, right? So if you purchase one Bitcoin at $2,500 in 2017, that coin would still be at that price of 2,500 instead of the current market price because you haven't sold it back, right? And that would make sense if you were buying stocks and the company was getting that money because the company is receiving that money. But since you're not buying stocks and then the company's not getting that money, it's just being traded and another user is getting it, right? So I believe that market cap is really what it's worth, because if you're gonna go sell that Bitcoin that you bought for 2,500 right now, you're gonna get 9,000 some odd dollars. I can't remember what it was sitting at a couple minutes ago, but you're gonna get the 9,600, right? Instead of the 2,500. So yeah, they're talking about realized market cap against actual market cap, or the way they're calculating it, to say that the price is below. I don't buy it, right? I mean, whatever. And everyone's can think the way they want. For me, the market, since it's based on supply and demand, not based on a company's ROI or any other indicator that would lead to the rising price, right? This is pure supply and demand. Then the price is what the market determines it is, and not what you purchased it 2 years ago. Anyways, the thing that I liked is that they had this small graph saying that realized cap, right? I mean, I'm not buying it, but this basically goes on to a little bit with the article that we discussed yesterday, where we said that a lot of the people that bought in at the 19,000 levels and from, like, let's call it 13 to 19,000 levels are already out, and we can see here that there's such little such a small amount of people holding at those levels, right? Meaning that most of the people are or have bought at these levels, right? From 13,000 to let's call it 7,000, right? It would seem that most of the people are there, and we can see that this is on January 31st, 2018, right? And it's the opposite. There were more people on the upside because many people started to get in at really bad times, right? When the market was going up and right before the crash. So it was a lot of people holding. Right now, the article from yesterday stated that a lot of people were basically out, right? The higher levels were out. I can't remember if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but anyways, I just wanted to show this graphs real quick. Now, this other article, I liked it because of the title, right? It just says Bitcoin and well, is it this one? No, I think I skipped over one. I think it was this one, the one I wanted to touch. It is this one. All right, no, it got deleted. Ha. Sorry, guys. Apparently, I closed one of the articles that I wanted to touch base with. This one. I like this one for the title. Anyways, I can't use it in Brave browser, so that's probably why I closed it. Anyway, it says Bitcoin and major altcoins locked in tight ranges. Is it a calm before the storm, right? And we have seen in the graphs that we are basically trading within a small range, right? We're starting to get to that edge of the structure that we traced, and we are trading in very small movements, right? Upside and downside, but they're really tight. Particularly on the altcoins. And is it altcoin season that's going to start? Yeah, I mean, it could, right? I mean, those being tight on those ranges could certainly bring us to the upside. But again, the storm is coming, that's for sure. We can see upside or downside. Right now, the market's not being clear. And but yeah, it is the calm before the storm, right? That's what sideways movement, it's a pain in the butt because you're not making anything that will point to either break to the upside or downside. Anyways, this other article is called Altcoin Season on the Horizon, right? And it just uses a stat for Bitcoin dominance, and it says that when Bitcoin gets to 70% dominance, it just kickstarts altcoin season, right? And I'm not buying it because Bitcoin, they have the graph. It only happened once during the life of Bitcoin, right? That the dominance, I think it's this one over here. The dominance of Bitcoin was at 70, right? They say here. March 2017, it was at dominance at 70, and then it just kicked off altcoin season. So if we go back and look at the dominance chart, and we actually look at when it was at 70, which is this white line that you can see here. Yes, it was indeed actually. I don't have it in March, or if you have it over here in March 7th or July 17th, right? But I have it, yeah. So around May, maybe, not March like they were stating. And then altcoin season, I guess it started when Bitcoin lost dominance, right? So it would have been here and then here. But this point is actually July, not March. And I believe that's when altcoin season started. But if we talk about touching 70, yeah, we were around it. But the only time we went up and touched it and rejected majorly, which is when most of the other coins actually picked up more dominance, is in January 2018, right? That because Bitcoin lost big time. I'm seeing the top 10 altcoins per market cap are down more than 20% for the last 12 months, with the exception of one or two coins. Yeah, I mean, where are you looking at that? Which site? Actually, this is a celebration stream, man, and I'm gonna have a Guinness. Sorry about that noise. One year chart on the, yeah, but which on which website were you looking at that for that data? Coinbase. Were you looking at 1 year, right? You said they're most of them were 20% down on the last 12 months. Yeah, I mean, we could certainly see it here. We'll look at we'll start looking at the charts for the coins, and we'll zoom out for like a 12-month period, and we'll see if we're up or down, right? All right, cool. Coinbase. All right. All right, cool. Let me get to the Bitcoin chart, and then we'll start looking at the charts for the coins. Check out Discord link. Okay, cool. Discord. This is 24 hours. Okay, 1 month, 1 year. You said 12, 1 year chart. Okay, cool. 1 year. Okay, so in the 1 year, right, Bitcoin's up 32%, Ethereum's down 41%. Is it really? Okay, well, and plus it's showing it in pesos for some reason. Anyways, let me see if I can change it to dollars, man. It's weird. Even though it's open the US page for Coinbase, it's showing it in pesos, but weird. Anyways, percentages shouldn't matter, right? So Ethereum down 41, Ripple down 23. It hasn't lost as much as Ethereum. Bitcoin down 55, Litecoin down 1.57. Hasn't lost as much though, right? EOS down 48, Stellar down 72, Ethereum Classic down 52, Tesos down 25, and then Chainlink all on the plus side, right? Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. We'll check in the chart real quick once we get to the Bitcoin chart to actually match it to something, right? Anyways, right now Bitcoin. What is going on with the Bitcoin? We are still above that 50% downsloping channel on the equidistant channel, right? Above the 50%, but hitting that resistance at 9,650. We haven't been able to go above it, right? We went above it slightly, but then we're going back down. Price of Bitcoin right now, 9,620. Sitting below the 20 MA. Volatility on the Bollinger Band's open, but starting to contract a little bit, not too much. Negative momentum starting to go down, and yeah, sitting low on the other side, but not too low, around 40. Yeah, 40, and we haven't been at 40 since February. Yeah. Anyways, we're sitting at 40 on the other side, but it's we're just sitting just at 40.19, which is pretty close to being on the sold, but maybe to start to we can see something to the upside, right? But now, right now, it's in the neutral, right? 72.30 on the RSI, it's quite neutral. Anyways, what are we doing right now with Bitcoin, right? still within the same structure, but bullish divergence, right, on the daily, which could play out to price action to the upside, right? That's what this could mean. Anyways, let's go on the 4 hours real quick for Bitcoin. On the 4 hours, more contraction on the Bollinger Bands, right? Now, yesterday I think we were here, yeah, August 30th at 7 p.m. Then throughout the stream, I think we ended up closing around here, right? We were on this candle by the time we finished the stream. We are sitting above the 20 MA right now, but we haven't seen those movements that we usually see when we're above the 20 MA, right? Look, high movement when we break above the 20 MA. High movement right now. It just seems that the market, since we're getting to that other point in the structure, we look at it in the other chart, right? In this chart. Since we're sitting almost at that end of the structure, the movements are not going to be as wild as we would expect them to be regularly, right? But we are sitting above the 20 MA. Some contraction in the Bollinger Bands certainly could indicate a potential movement upside or downside right now. Let's see here. Now on the 4 hours, except for this, what was it? No, it was not a bullish divergence, right? No, we were not. We did not develop it because maybe it was a sort of bullish divergence. Yeah, like type, like yeah, class C, like, or type 3 or weak bullish divergence, which would mean potential price action to the upside, but nothing much going on, right? We did see this small bump, but nothing else going on there, so I'm just gonna remove it for right now. Not get the chart cluttered. Anyways, sitting at 44 on the RSI, which brings it back to neutral, right? 50 is neutral, so we're sitting there. Momentum has not stopped, right? We are making positive momentum, but we're not seeing a lot of price action to the upside, right? And if we see price action to the upside, we're gonna hit this resistance from the structure. Right now, we hit that resistance, bounced all the way down, hit that support, touch that support again, and then we slowly start to make this up sloping channel that we traced yesterday. As we said, it was too small of a channel to actually chart it, right? I mean, we would still be making upsloping if we went here and make the adjustments, right? And then yeah, maybe that it's a little bit better. So let's say right now we're hitting rejection from this midline of that channel, right? And that looks pretty good right now. Anyways, let's go on to the 1 hour real quick. On the 1 hour, we saw that contraction on the Bollinger Band we talked about yesterday, and we said expect a movement, right? On the 1 hour. Where were we 1 hour? Yesterday we were here where we started the stream, and then by the time we finished, we were on here, and we said that the Bollinger Bands were contracting because we were starting to see that movement, right? So we said when Bollinger Bands contract, we will see a movement, upside or downside explosive. It looks like it's a big movement, but it's not. It's maybe couple hundred. So from top to bottom, it would be $206, right? It's not even that much, but for the time frame that we're looking at, and for that contraction that we're that part of that we're in the triangle, it is a big movement, right? Anyways, we touched that bottom part of that upsloping channel that we just moved. We hadn't touched it because we broke out. But anyways, we are bouncing back up, and then above the 20 MA, we saw that larger movement above the 20 MA on the 1 hour, right? It looks a lot better. And then we warmed down, touched the 20 MA, and rejected it. So we are using the 20 MA as support right now, and that's pretty good. Momentum, right? Starting to stagnate a little bit. Now apparently we're making a little bit more positive momentum, but a couple seconds ago it was flashing white. It's white again. And the RSI is also like moving a little bit up and down, right? So the RSI is sitting at 53, which puts it at neutral. We are still trading sideways, right? Because whatever we went down, we made it back up, and then we're back on that same channel, right? That same sideways motion that we haven't been able to move out of, right? So we were talking about this yesterday, and we said that it's really boring when the market's like this because, I mean, until we get to that point where we actually start breaking the structure to either side, then it's really going to get interesting. Right now, it's just sideways motion that really does nothing, right? Anyways, there's no news for Ethereum today. If you haven't done it yet, you should subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell. So, anyways, let's go look at the Ethereum chart real quick. Dominance on the daily. Right? Ethereum yesterday, positive day. Nice positive day, right? 1.63% up. Right now, going up again, 0.24. Bitcoin, I think, lost dominance. Yeah, they lost dominance. So basically, whatever money flew out of Bitcoin probably came into Ethereum, right? Cheers, guys. So positive and positive, right? Ethereum sitting at 7.71% of the market, and that's fine. Ethereum right now for the price on the daily, right, making positive price action, right? Even though we are making less negative momentum, which is good. And we were sitting at sold. We said potential upside, right? Because we were sitting so low. Not on oversold territory, but we were sitting low on the 30, right? Anyways, we were sitting at 34. That still puts us on sold territory below what would be neutral. Neutral would be from 40 to 60, right? That price action plus minus 10 from the 50 would be fine. Anything above that, it's let's call it a little bit bearish or bullish. And then outside of those of the dotted lines would be over 70 and below 30. Then that would be oversold or overbought, right? Depending on where we were sitting. Anyways, bullish divergence that we traced still has not played out. We have not seen that violent price action to the upside. Getting to that bottom part of that downsloping wedge, volatility on the Bollinger Band still open, has not contracted very much on the daily, sitting below 20 MA, right? On the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, volatility in the Bollinger Bands tighten a little bit more. Yeah, I think yesterday we were here and here, and we said we still have volatility open, sitting below 20 MA. Right now we're sitting above the 20, and we can see that movement to the upside a little bit more violent on the 4 hours. We are sitting around 50 on the RSI, 48.8, and we are making positive momentum, so we could still see more price action to the upside, or at least some flagging off to the side. It wouldn't be weird if we went up and touched that top part of the structure and then rejected a little bit, unless Bitcoin did something which would let us bring us out, right? Bitcoin controlling much of the market would really be a big player on to what the alts do. Right. And this is the 1 hour, right? We were here yesterday, somewhere around here. By the time we ended the stream, we were here, and we said that we were having that contraction, and we should expect a movement at upside or downside, right? Let's see what's up. At one time, Ethereum price would hover around 10% of Bitcoin price. Now it's not even 5. Yes, but that, the same thing happened. Silver and gold were also in a ratio of 15 to 1, I think, or 10 to 1, and then gold took off and just left silver in the dust, and that's fine. It's not bad. I mean, it could still go back and get a good chunk of market, right? But Ethereum is having scalability issues. So maybe Ripple would be a better contender. But that flipping is going to take some time. Anyways, let me finish this real quick and then we'll go on to Ripple. Hit that bottom part of the channel. Usually Bollinger Bands, what will happen is you hit the top of the Bollinger Band, then you go touch the bottom, and then you go and touch the top again, or get really close to the top, and then you would go again and touch the bottom, and then you would bounce to the top. That's usually how this would work, right? So right now we went down, touched that bottom, and then we exploded to the upside, right? Sitting above that 20 MA for sure, opening up the volatility in the Bollinger Bands, which means movement, right? We could have volatility, which we could have movement, but look at the volume. There is no volume in Ethereum. Look at this. It's almost nothing, man. It's non-existent. The largest volume we had was on August the 28th, and then after that, man, August the 28th at midday, right? And if we're gonna look at the hourly, on the daily, sorry, to look at the volume, right? Starting to decrease that positive momentum, and we actually did we? No, we were really close to going overbought, right? But we're on bought territory, so that means people came out and started buying Ethereum. That's pretty good. Let's go look at the daily real quick to see where we're at. Yeah, look at the volume, right? It has been decreasing, right? We're making lower prices, but look at the volume's also decreasing, right? Which is not necessarily good for market, right? We want to see volume. Volume brings volatility to the market. Means there's price action, but right now we're seeing that stagnation from that impulse down, and you can see the volume is also decreasing, meaning there's not a lot of people trading, right? Maybe a lot of bots trading, but not very many movements, right? Anyways, let's go talk about Ripple, because actually I do have those charts, those infographics that you sent me. I'm gonna look at it. What was the total 24? What was the total 24-hour volume right now on the daily? Okay, so 24-hour right yesterday, right? Because the market, remember, just closed 2 hours ago. Volume, let's see. It says 6.385 thousand. So 6 million, 6.3 million. That's where volume's at right now. Yesterday was a little bit more, right? 11 million. Or yeah, 11 million, and then it would have been like 35. Right now, volume is very scrubbish. Not much. Yeah, it's not much, man. We can even look at market cap, coin market cap, right? And look at the volume. 24-hour volume, 5 million. So we're not that far off with that chart from yesterday, right? We said 6 million, it's 5 million. It's nothing, man. It's really small volumes. Look at XRP volume, 829 million, dude. Below a million, right? And 11 million for Bitcoin, because the market's not doing anything. No one's trading right now. Everyone's waiting to see what happens. Especially since we're gonna get to that end of that structure, right? If we look at Bitcoin, I like this chart a little bit better, the one that we're working on, right? We've broken out of that up-sloping trend. We are within that downtrend still, but getting to this bottom part, right? We have two major plays for Bitcoin, right? This one lines up with everyone else in the market, which would be around September 5th or 6th, where we would mature this pattern. And then the other one that we have is this much larger triangle, right? Which we get from this yellow line and this green line converging. And that will mature at least until October the 12th, maybe. So even if this one doesn't play out and we just break out scrubbishly, we still have this other one, but then it doesn't look as good, right? Because last time we touched that upper part of the structure was on August 6th. And ever since we haven't touched it until like recently, but we touched it twice recently. That bottom part of the structure, the more we play around with a one of support or resistance, then the more likely we are to break it, right? Anyways, we're gonna go back to Ethereum, so we can finish Ethereum. We're downsloping wedge. We haven't been able to break out. Volatility open on the hourly. We said we could expect a movement. Right now, you can see that it looks like a huge impulse up, right? And we did get it. Right, it negated the negative momentum and brought us back to positive momentum. The only thing that I'm not liking, it is a higher high, right? But we're not making that much positive momentum still. But it's fine. I mean, it's congruent with what we're seeing right now. Anything else? I would just say that we have to wait for pattern development. We are flagging a little bit on the 1 hour. It's too small of a pattern, right? But flagging still. So we go from here to here. And maybe here, creating a pennant right now for the time being. We have to wait and see how it plays out. Any kind of downsloping consolidation after an impulse up, it's good, it's bullish. That means potential price action to the upside. Volumes were in billion. Were they in billion? Doesn't say thousands, right? Are they billions? Are you sure? Oh shit, yeah it is, you're right. 18 billion. Oh no, that was market cap. Volume 5 billion. Yeah, sorry man, not 5 million, billion. You're right, Soka. Sorry man, I misread that. 5 billion, and no, I did say 5 billion because then I said XRP was sitting at 829 million, right? No, I said 829,000, I think. I'll have to look afterwards. But yeah, thanks for catching that. We are billions, right? 5 billion, 829, right? And then this would be billion as well. Volume snap, that's the hour. Let's go on the daily. Yeah, right now, yeah. So, yeah, billion. Yeah, you're right, Soka. Thanks for bringing that up, man. I misread it when I was looking at it. Where did I read K? Was I looking at a different time frame? Oh, I was looking at a different time frame, right? I was looking awkward here. For some reason here it says thousands though. 8.733 thousand. So maybe 8 billion, maybe. I don't know, maybe I misread it when I looked at it, man. But thanks for bringing it up. Ethereum total 24-hour volume during the 8 billion, yeah. Peak. Let's see. Oh, so you're saying that that was the largest volume that you saw for Ethereum in 2017, 2018? Yeah, maybe. Right now it's 5 billion, right? We need to zoom back to see those dates, but yeah, no problem. We can look at them. So 17, 18, right? Those put us around here. Yeah, we had some days with huge volume spikes, and that's fine. I mean, yeah, yeah, and maybe less right now, right? Look at this. This was dead around here. Right now it's a little bit more active, but still low trading volume. Right, look at how low it is compared to a couple days ago, right? Right here we were booming, man. Now it's like scrubbish. Anyways, let's move on to Ripple. I have articles on Ripple. I didn't actually like prepare bullet points for them, so I'm actually gonna go into the articles because they're somewhat of FUD, and then some things I don't agree with them, and that's why I want to go into them, right? This XRP advocate calls for fork amid alleged Ripple flooding, right? And it says, I'm thinking about forking XRP so we don't have to deal with the funders dumping. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna fork XRP. What's your sub coin gonna do? What is it gonna solve? Alright, let's see what you have. What I have? Okay, yeah, cool. Let's talk about Ripple. My point here is, okay, you want to make a fork. What is that coin gonna do? What's gonna be the purpose of that asset, right? I mean, Ripple is solving a problem. Ripple's working with banks. If you just don't want to deal with the funders doing the dumping, that's fine. But don't fork the coin. I mean, it's stupid, man. It's gonna have no backing, right? And it would require a lot of people to actually make it happen, right? And I think they actually, yeah, it's the guy's calling out for the community, right? This will be a community effort. Retweet if you're in. That's retarded, man. BitLore, you're retarded, man. Don't fork XRP. Other than that, he goes on dumping on bank holders. That's stuff we cover, right? They're saying that they're dumping on people, but it's not. So I don't agree with forking Ripple, right? That will be the point to this article. I didn't want to go into it in detail. There's nothing else, right? It's just what the guy says, right? And then he goes on to other articles of Ripple that we already talked about. So I didn't find a good article with like Ripple was signing up with someone or something else, right? Yes, exactly. Solving scaling issues. And you don't have scaling issues with Ripple because you have such a large supply that gets placed into the market to make it liquid, right? And yeah, I agree. And it's stupid that they want to fork it, right? And plus, their product is probably not going to do anything. They just want to get money back from probably what they lost, right? And it's retarded. Anyways, on to this Bitcoin news. Sorry, Ripple. Crypto analyst says Ripple's fireworks are coming after a bounce from 2014 support. Dude, I'm not buying it. This guy's just saying because we hit an historical support. You know, yeah, whatever, man. He's marking support around this area on the tweet. I'll try to see if I can make it bigger. It's actually a GIF. And then he traces the squiggly line to the upside. I mean, yeah, it's an area of support. Doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna go like crazy, right? So I'm also not liking this article because it's promoting like FOMO, right? They just want people to get in, right? And like I said, I want to be neutral in the news. I don't want to take like Moonboy stances or like, oh, we're all gonna, like, the market's going to hell, you know, we're all gonna burn and stuff. I want to be neutral because right now, yeah, you can say we're holding a support that is critical, and if we hold it, we're gonna go up. But if Bitcoin tanks, it doesn't matter if we're on a support or not. It's gonna make it tank as well. That's why we want to be looking at the charts constantly, right? One second, guys. Sorry about that. I got a small message. Yeah, but like I said, it's really stupid what they're doing. And just inferring that we're sitting there, we're going to see fireworks, you know, they're just trying to get people's hopes up. We need to be neutral, and we really need to look. If we don't have solid fundamentals, right? This is not a fundamental. This is like a technical that they are hoping it will play out, and we're not seeing that anywhere else right now. I mean, we have developed bullish divergence. We are in a downsloping wedge that we know their downsloping wedges are bullish, which has potential price action to the upside. But if Bitcoin dumps, this Ripple's gonna dump as well. And I wish I would say something different, but I mean, I'm just calling it like I see it, right? And I like Ripple. I hold Ripple, and I want to see it do good. But this news is not fundamentals, right? It's just technicals. That's why I don't like to cover other people's technicals. I'm not seeing any major XRP news since MoneyGram partnership. Yeah, well, they did have, right? We covered one a couple days ago. PNC started using Xcurrent. So that's a big bank that is using Xcurrent. A Ripple product, but not necessarily XRP related, right? And on the other one, right, we have this other that says XRP's break from ascending triangle pattern is a sign of greener pastures, meaning we're gonna see upside, right? I had not traced this triangle. I actually don't like the way he traced this triangle. I did go ahead and retraced it on my chart, and I'll show it to you guys. Mainly, he's ignoring these wicks and these areas, right? So it's a badly traced triangle, right? And he's ignoring these areas here, and that's in the 1 hour, right? So I don't agree with what he's saying. He's trying to do a downsloping channel, which we already traced. We don't need to see that. But basically, we are getting to that end. He's saying because it's upsloping, we might see potential break to the upside. Yeah, we could, but whatever. So I'm gonna look real quick at XRP. Oh wait, I had those charts that you sent me, right? And I said, well, I was gonna look at them real quick. Trying to see if I can make them show up a little bit better in the screen. So I really need to run these a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have to readjust after these after we finish this charts, right? So yeah, you sent me this. It's pretty good, man. I looked at it. Things that I can see quickly, right? Yeah, it started 6 years ago, started 45 years ago, hasn't progressed a lot. We were talking about that yesterday. Headquarters doesn't really matter. A CEO doesn't really matter who it is, so long as he has a vision and the impulse to bring it up, right? Now, employees, yeah, you can see huge overhead, right, for Swift. That's why it's expensive. They have huge, massive costs. Ripple doesn't have that many employees, so it's a little bit more, let's say, less expensive, right, and less back office and less overhead to run with. Number of clients, yeah, more or less equal, right? So let's say Bitcoin is catching up. However, I thought this is number of clients. It's not really the network they have, because I know Swift has a larger network, much more larger, broader than XRP has right now. If we talk about the network of banks working together, right, collaborating, but it could change, right? They're signing up more clients. Anyways, yeah, I do like the banks that they're working with. Both of them. We can see that JP Morgan, Chase is here, but Chase said they were going to come up with their own crypto, right? So they might get out of the year and actually make their own little side panel over here, depending on how it goes. But we'll see. We'll wait and see how it plays out. Let's see. Major banks, right? American Express, yeah. MUFG, yeah. Standard Chartered, yeah. Bank of America, Santander, SBI is big. Saudi Bank is big as well. PNC is okay. Some major banks here as well, right? Deutsche Bank, BNP Paribas, Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, some London bank, I can't remember the name right now. Societe Generale is also big. Products, yeah, I look, they all became combined, right, on RippleNet or whatever it's called, right? And then within RippleNet you have Xcurrent, Xrapid, Xvia. And yeah, like we said, I think we discussed it yesterday, and we said that they were coming out with they were trying to modify their network so they could process faster. And yeah, they did bring it out to 24 hours, right? And less than 24 hours. I think they did a transaction within Asia, and it was. Did I see that SBI will pay shareholders dividends in XRP? Yeah, we covered it 3 streams ago. Let me see if I have it here. But it's not really SBI, right? It is a SBI. How was it? Look, give me 1 second. I'll tell you who it was. It's another bank in Japan that they're associated with SBI somehow, and that they're actually gonna pay 30 Ripple to whoever holds 100 more shares, right? They didn't say if it was 30 Ripple per share or 30 Ripple per each 100, or just 30 for if you hold 100 or more. Yeah, but we covered that one like 3 days ago. Let's see, on the 15th. No, that should have been on the 29th, I think. Yeah, it was on the 29th, and I'm gonna show that article, and we covered it. Give me a second. I'm looking for it real quick. Just I have a little bit. What the hell happened to my notes? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so it was a joint venture bank, which is called Morningstar Japan, right? So them and SBI Holdings are gonna pay out 30 XRP to shareholders with 100 or more shares. But to receive them, you had to be eligible, and that means that you had to open a VC trade account, and then you have to basically apply for the shareholder special offer before March 31st, right? Yeah, I have it here, dude. I'll open it real quick though. It's this one, right? SBI Holdings Investments. SBI will pay out dividends. 30 XRP to shareholders with 100 or more shares. Yep. Right. So, and then over here it's like what you had to do, right? Anyways, yeah, we had covered it. So if you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. Actually, we did another article. It also was the same day that we did that PNC when they started using RippleNet for cross-border payments, but they were using Xcurrent, which does not use XRP as a token, but they use fiat, so that's the source that they were using, right? Anyways, back onto the infographics, right? Instant payment, yes, on both. Yeah, we know. Instant settlement, yeah, I agree. Ripple has the upper hand, right? And liquidity, yeah, Ripple does allow the banks to have liquidity. Instant settlement 4 seconds. No, I think it's more around 12 seconds though, because we also did an article stating that with Cobalt. Is it Cobalt? Yeah, with Cobalt, they were gonna bring it down from 7 seconds to maybe 2 seconds per transaction. So this 4 seconds is probably off. Maybe they had it, but with the user getting, maybe they don't have it at 4 seconds anymore. This one 30 minutes. Yeah, this one needs to be updated because they came out with a test. It was not a worldwide send, but it was within Asia, and it was 17 seconds. Still lower than Ripple, but 17 seconds. To 24 hours. Yes, I agree. To 24 hours. Yeah, well, they could be longer, right? So they just want to make it the correction at 30 minutes. FX rate determined by bank. Yeah, determined by bank. Yeah, or the exchange, right? Not necessarily by the bank. If you're using Ripple XRP, the exchange could determine the exchange could determine the exchange rate. Bidirectional, yes. Unidirectional flow of data, yes, I agree. So because you here have a distributed ledger, right, or something like that going on, so everyone has that information. Blockchain, Swift message, yes. So RippleNet, right? Blockchain, everyone has the same information. Distributed ledger technology. Architecture, decentralized, centralized, yeah. Well, decentralized because Ripple still holds a lot of XRP, right? So they still control part of the market. They're majority holders on the market, right? Consensus, yes. Batch, okay, yeah, I do get it. Yeah, that's fine. I think you can even include other cryptos here. Moving value money in 4 seconds. Yeah, we already discussed that one. Settlement on demand liquidity. Yes, we already talked about that one. Eliminating for Nostro accounts. Not necessarily, right? You would you still need to hold it, right? Because it's part of how banks work. And until it's really approved, then Buster Nostro accounts, you still have to have that money until the other bank clears it. It's faster, the clearing of that Buster Nostro transaction, but you still have to hold it. You can see, you maybe release it the same day, but not instantly, right? Although it would be really awkward for a transaction to fail. You could hold additional Ripple. Maybe. I'm not sure, man. It would depend, right? How much Ripple would you actually have to hold? You have to hold the equal amount of money to the money that you're sending, right? In case it fails. But it shouldn't fail. That's the whole point. With a smart contract, yeah, but that still, man, that means that, yeah, you can have it in a smart contract next row, but then it's still tied up, right? It's still like a Buster Nostro. If you put in a smart contract and you lock it up, you're just basically transferring the problem to another thing, right? Just that the bank doesn't have it. Isn't a smart contract. The money's still tied up. So the whole point of this is not having that tie up, right? It would release Vostra Nostra accounts. It would certainly reduce them significantly, but you still have to hold that money until it clears, which means that you might be able to clear it within the same day or within hours, right? So that money you would have more liquidity as a bank. Let's say that, right? So significantly reduced. Yes, we know it's a fraction of Ripple, right? Large network, 10,000 plus banks. See, this is what I was talking about, dude. Their network is massive, right? It wasn't just that 160 partners that they had up here, but their network is much bigger, right? 160 plus banks and FIs using GPI system. Yes, I agree with that part. But their network is massive, dude, and that's where Ripple has the upper, not Ripple, but Swift has the upper hand, right? That they have a huge network of banks. General consistent process standards, yes. 220 international payments corridors. How many corridors is Ripple up to, man? I can't remember. Actually, that's a pretty good question, dude. I didn't have a chance to check on that. I need to read up more on Nostra Vostra. Yes, me too, man. But we can certainly look into it real quick. See, so Vostro Nostro, right? Two different terms used to describe the same bank account. Basically, I think it's like Italian or Latin for years and hours, right? Usually, a term is used when one bank has another bank's money on deposit, typically in relation to international trading or finance transactions. Both banks in the venture must record the amount of money being stored by one bank on behalf of the other bank. The term Vostro Nostro are used to differentiate between the two sets of accounting records kept by each bank. So yeah, like I said, years and hours. I hadn't even looked at it, but yeah. Nostro Vostro variations of Latin words, that means years and hours. Yeah, like we said, blah, blah, blah. Same bank account. Yeah, so just basically the funds are there and you can't move them until they clear, right? So Nostro is referenced by Bank A to refer to our account held by Bank B. Nostro is a short hand of talking, right? Our money that is not deposited at your bank. But yeah, it's certainly something we can discuss on another stream more in detail. Let's keep on going right now. No, I think the sending bank has to keep the account, the money, until it clears. I think that's how it works. I can't remember exactly how it works, but if you're sending the money, you have to keep the funds there until they clear, right? It's like, I don't know if you bank with American Express, but usually I do have an American Express, and when I try to pay them, they tell me, make sure you don't move your funds for 3 to 5 days until they clear, right? So I still hold their funds. It's theirs, right? It's their Nostro. Yeah, you could, right? I mean, that's how I can relate it, right? Because I'm not sure if that's the way, but I can see it with American Express. When I call them and I make a payment, they said you have to hold on to the money in your account for, I think they said 48 to 72 hours until the funds clear. Make sure you don't move that money or anything, because then the transaction will be declined, right? But that's how long it takes even to the bank to get it, right? Yeah, we can check it next time, dude, for sure. So look, they have a high failure rate, right? I mean, I think XRP doesn't have failure rate, but 4% failure rate, man, that sucks, man. You can have your money tied up. The problem with Swift, right, is that you don't only have that wait time that could be a lead of up to more than 1 day. You're highly exposed to volatility in exchange market, right? So you're sending dollars to another country, and all of a sudden that money not devalues, because that would mean you will get more for your dollars, but the opposite, right? You gain strength, let's call it. Then whatever you send will be less money that person receives, right? And then they wouldn't be covered for what you wanted to do. And that's the problem with Swift, that in taking it such a long time. So it's centralized, unable to pre-validate transactions. Yes, consistently targeted by hacking fraud. Yeah, but we also see a lot of hacking happening in exchanges on this side, so I wouldn't put that as a plus, right? Not on Ripple per se, but on general on crypto markets, we see a lot of hacking. 60% owned by Ripple. Yeah, like we said, they're heavy holders, right? So even though it's decentralized, if you are more than 60%, you control the market. So it is sort of centralized, let's say. Volatility of the native asset XRP, yes, it's very volatile. We know that, and that's good because that means that we can make money on it when we trade, right? Slow adoption of the DLT, yeah. Like we said, distributed ledger technology, right, by banks and FIs. To regulatory compliant clauses and new blockchain. Yeah, but this is easy, dude. KYC and AML, it's really easy to get it going, right? It's not that hard. A lot of the exchanges do it. So this I would even like. I wouldn't have put it as a negative on this. Conclusion. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into a conclusion. I'm gonna go into a little infographic. This one I found a little bit more interesting, right? But this one also a little bit outdated, man. So we should get one that is more updated. Here we're talking when the price of Ripple was around like $2 maybe. It had already declined in 2018, right? So let's look at Ripple real quick. I just want to look at that date, right? February, right? So January, February, we're around here, right? So not even $2, man. We're talking about like $1. I'm gonna put this the average and call it $1, right? So it had dropped from $3 to $1 when this chart was made. So this wouldn't hold through right now. It wouldn't be 30 billion of market cap. We know we're not there right now. So Western Union 80 billion. We should see, also we need to see this one, man. This is outdated chart, bro. But I did look at it. I would like to see how much MoneyGram would move here because MoneyGram is partnered with Ripple and it would give it a little bit more power, right? Because you could combine certain things together. Non-global cash transactions, yes, they're 500. And Swift 5 trillion, yeah. And this is a market that Ripple's going after, right? Swift, and that's a big part. And Boston Nostra accounts as well. So you have to add these two together, right, to make it like 32 trillion, right? That's the problem they're trying to solve. Total between what's stuck in Swift transactions and Boston Nostra accounts. Is it just a good hypothetical once true fundamentals deals come into play? What can you explain a little bit more, because I'm not sure I get what you want me to answer there. It's a lot of money, dude. Yeah, I agree. And you know what happens? That means the banks have to keep on holding that money while it gets rejected, and then they have to send it again. But you're also exposed to exchange rate during that whole time. Then I didn't get this one, dude. It just said change of scale has a warning sign, and I really didn't get it. I didn't know what was this, right? Because he didn't explain that warning sign, right? And it says 2.7 quadrillion, right? And I'm not sure what this is. Global transfer markets. What, outside of banking? Or something else? Or what are they considering for this, right? Swift, FedWire, Chips, Western Union, MoneyGram. See, MoneyGram, they mention it here, but they don't put it here in the graph, and that sucks. TransferWire. Why didn't they put TransferWire here as well, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if they were going to take off as an actual currency, man. I think they're going to take off as a token to facilitate the transactions, right? And a means to make that transaction be faster and not saturate certain networks, right? Because you can still have your fiat network flowing through Xcurrent, and you can have your XRP network flowing through other exchanges or other mediums, right? And there would be two separate ways that you can send money, and you wouldn't have to clutter your network. Maybe, right? Because if you're sending fiat, you're not necessarily using the XRP network. I mean, like I said, man, I don't think it's going to take off as actual currency. If you take it as currency, you need that whole country to accept it as a means of pay, right? That means you would have to displace local fiat. And then you end up getting into a whole lot of mess, because then what's your GDP, right? Or how are you going to measure your actual worth as a country? It's really to see the small potential of XRP's price if they took away even a small percentage of these markets. Yeah, I mean, XRP could certainly take away percentage of markets, right? It could work as a currency, but I see it more used as a token than as an actual currency, man. Is it? This is a celebratory string, so I got wings, and I want to eat a spicy wing right now, off camera. But this one's gonna be hell. That is super spicy. Sorry about that. Yeah. It's probably not a good idea to celebrate with really hot wings, man. It's a good stream idea. Like wings and crypto. But, man, I just stayed that one, and I already know tomorrow's going to be a really bad day, man. Someone's going to pay. Yeah, I'm eating checks I'm not going to be able to cash. Man, that's really spicy. It's a good thing I have a couple more beers in the fridge, man. Ah, snap. Anyways, yeah, let's get into the Ripple chart. Let's look at dominance real quick on the daily. I think yesterday we had a green day. I can't remember. Yeah, we had a green day. So green day, right? Positive day on dominance. Let me also fix this because it's now it's too far out. There we go. Where's my notes? Here they are. Yeah. So we finished Ripple. Okay, on to the chart. Yesterday, positive day, 1.24% up. Right now, going down 0.50%. Oh, man, my mouth it's on fire, man. Man, that's a good wing though. It had good flavor though. Spicy as hell, but good flavor. Anyway, so yeah, 4.60, sitting at 4.6% of market dominance. The price of Ripple right now 0.2575, so 25 cents. Damn, son, that's really spicy. I got the spiciest ones they had, and I got two of the spiciest ones they had. The other ones are mango habanero. The first ones are like atomic something, dude. And really, tomorrow I'm gonna burn. Man, it's even got me a little bit sweating right now. Anyways, yeah, sitting below on the daily, right? We're starting to see some contraction of the Bollinger Band, sitting below 20 MA, still within that downsloping channel, still within that downsloping wedge, right? So we're touching the top part of the wedge, apparently on the daily. Have to wait, see how it plays out. We were making negative momentum. Now we're starting to make positive momentum again. That's pretty good. And we're sitting low. That means a huge potential break to the upside, right? Not because we're sitting at relevant support levels like that other article said, but because we have fundamentals that could back it up, right? We have this bullish divergence that bullish divergence that we talked about that has not played out yet. We have also we are seeing that we are low on the other side, not an oversold, but low, which could mean more action, right? We have more room to run to the upside than the downside. We're starting to make more positive momentum again. Now let's look at the. I said I had that triangle from that guy. I think I put in this chart. This chart? No, probably this chart. This chart. I think it's this chart. No. There's something else I was playing with, but yeah, and let's not look at that one. I had that other triangle. I think I traced it. I believe I did. I'm trying to find it though. Maybe I traced it and I didn't save it. But anyways, that guy's seeing a triangle. I'm looking at a wedge, and he's looking at a shorter time frame, right? And I'll draw it again in another chart. I'll do it on this one, but I need to go on the 1 hour because that's the time frame he was looking at. For me, it would be like this, right? We could go here, or if we want to make a an upsloping triangle, I would go here, and then I would take it from here to here. All right, and that would be making our triangle structure, which yes, it would be upsloping, but that's a shorter time frame. We're looking at a bigger structure in a larger time frame, and I like that one better, right? Because larger structures have more power than smaller ones. So, oh snap! I didn't want to move that. There we go. Anyways, like I said, I like this structure better. It's more realistic, I guess. The only thing I don't like is that I'm not considering these wicks because I'm considering them to be FOMO, right? So let's look at the 4 hours. 4 hours, right? We have more contraction in the Bollinger Band, starting to make a tighter channel, which could make mean price action upside or downside. I think we might have squeezed a little bit on the daily, and then that's why we saw that burst to the upside, which apparently is broadening up the top part of that Bollinger Band, right? Making it a little bit higher. We'll see. Still making positive momentum, has not decreased, and we are sitting at around medium on the RSI at 47. On the 1 hour, see, we had that Bollinger Band contraction we talked about, right? Why did we break to the upside? Here we can clearly see, right? We had hidden bullish divergence that played out, basically. So we went from a higher low, making more negative momentum. It should have been price continuation, but we ended up breaking to the upside. We touched that bottom part of the Bollinger Bands, propelled to the upside. On the 1 hour, we are sitting below 20 MA. Bollinger Bands starting to open up a little bit, but not too much. Starting to make less negative momentum, or less positive momentum, right? Starting to stagnate a little bit, go to maybe negative momentum again. Maybe we could create some kind of divergence, probably. Let's see how that plays out. And then we are sitting at 52 on the RSI. Do I think Ripple stays below the $1 mark mainly because of the total supply? No, I think it stays below the $1 mark because they keep putting a lot of tokens into the market. Sorry. I actually skipped on dinner so I could have celebratory wings on the stream. So, yeah. I think that's what's keeping it low, right? We have a lot of supply. Remember, supply and demand. If there's a lot of tokens in the market, there's a lot of supply. Even if you have a lot, you need much higher demand than there is in the market to make the price go up. So when they dump that 1 billion XRP into the market, they are really hurting it and making it stagnate a little bit. That's one of the things that I don't like, but I mean, still, it's there and we can't avoid it, right? It's part of the company, it's part of what they're doing. And that money helps fund the transfers of the adoption of XRP for sure, but it also helps with the funding for the other projects they got going on and with the transfer they have, right? Yeah. I actually didn't find any articles for Litecoin or Binance today. Everything was repeated for things we already covered, so I guess I'm just gonna jump onto the charts real quick, and then we just keep on talking and discussing, right? Whatever we want after that. Okay, so let's look at this on the daily real quick. Binance, Litecoin dominance. Yesterday had a negative day slightly, so minus 0.15%. Right now, plus 0.47%, sitting at 1.7% of market dominance. Litecoin right now trading at 64.87, sitting on that lower part of that structure we traced, making that bullish divergence that has not played out yet. We have not seen that potential to the upside, and maybe because there's this resistance that we have here, right, for the wedge. We're still below 20 MA volatility open. Negative momentum starting to stagnate, which could lead us to have a little bit more price action to the upside, or at least keep on moving on the structure. I'm gonna actually move this one a little bit farther down now. Sitting low on the RSI, we're sitting at 30, right? So we were at oversold. We're not oversold right now, but we're really low on the sold scale. On the 4 hours, we are seeing contraction of the Bollinger Bands. That's good because that means potential movement, right? So we had that large movement to the downside. Yesterday, I think we were around here. We closed around here. We had traced that small channel upsloping. We said it was too small of a pattern for it to play out, but we can adjust it right now. Go here, right? And it will still be upsloping, and we still have some support and resistance at the midline, so it's pretty good. Still making positive momentum. Sitting a little bit better on the RSI at 41. Basically, it's putting us neutral, right? We could go upside or downside. But again, if we go to the upside, we're going to touch this part, and then we're going to decrease. On Ripple, I'm not sure if we look at the hourly on Ripple. Yeah, we said we were... Yeah, so we're talking that we're touching that upper part of the structure on Ripple again, right? We went up, touched it again on the upside, touched it on the downside, went up, touched that top part resistance. Very likely, price of Ripple might, if we don't break out, we might start going downside and touching this again until we either break or something. But that's something that could happen, right? But just not leave it on just keep it in mind if something like that goes on. Litecoin, anyways, let's go back to Litecoin. Litecoin, okay, cool. So upsloping, let's look at the 1 hour. I haven't looked at that. Oh, in the 1 hour, we had that huge movement up, open up volatility on the Bollinger Bands, sitting above the 20 MA. On that upsloping channel, we just moved. Things I don't like. No, it's fine because we're actually not higher on price, which would be this, right? But we are also not higher on here. On the RSI, I think we would also cover, right? This would be that huge spike that would put us around 60, and right now we're sitting at around 57. So yeah, nothing bad with the indicators. We need to wait for something to develop so we could make a call on this. However, I haven't touched that upper part of the Bollinger Bands. Like I said, when you touch the top, you have to go and touch the bottom. That's very likely how it works, right? Touch bottom. We're staying around the bottom, then go up and touch the top, right? And that's usually how Bollinger Bands move. Except they have exceptions, right? Like here, we're just bracing to the downside, but that's because Bitcoin was also bringing us to the downside. If Bitcoin keeps on stagnating, we might see a move to the downside and then possibly upside again. Now onto Binance on the daily. Binance on daily. Yesterday lost a lot of dominance, right? 5%. Right now gaining dominance 1.10. They still young. A lot of hours to go. Binance still within that channel. We haven't been able to break it downside or upside, right? So it's valid, right? We touched it plenty of times now, and I haven't moved it since. So it's a good channel that we traced. So let's see. Yesterday we lost a little bit. Right now we're going up. Volatility in the Bollinger Bands open, sitting below 20 MA, touching that bottom part of the structure. We should see a potential slight move to the upside, maybe. Momentum starting to decrease. We did have that divergence, right? On the price, which was here yesterday. We said we have to watch out for it, and now that we're starting to go neutral, if Bitcoin doesn't do anything weird, we might see a price action to the upside on the daily, and that's pretty good. Let's look at the 4 hours. So on the 4 hours, right, sitting below 20 MA, has not been as good with the other coins. We are bouncing back. We're likely gonna touch this bottom part of the structure again. Starting to make a little bit more positive momentum. That momentum we were making has not died out. Sitting low on the RSI at 29, so we're sitting in oversold territory. Potential move, price action to the upside. And oscillators are, I don't like this very much, right? Because this is not good necessarily. That's bearish divergence. Like hidden bearish divergence. So price continuation. So price continuation to the downside likely, right? That's what we're seeing, that price still go down. Like I said, likely we're gonna touch this bottom part and then might move to the upside. Even though if we break from that, had this other that's bullish. We had this other we had this down sloping wedge we had traced, which would be this line and this line, and we still have this to be as support, right, from where we traced it. So even if we break this channel, we might be supported here a little bit. On the 1 hour, Binance on the 1 hour sitting below 20 MA, not so contracted on the Bollinger Bands anymore, but a lot of indecision, right? Every red candle we make gets negated by a green candle, so that's pretty good. Volume also pretty low. Negative momentum starting to stagnate, going to neutral, and sitting around 42 on the RSI. That's it. Now we can talk about whatever you guys want. So we can keep on discussing Ripple or whatever, man. Trying to find a total XRP corridors. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good data to have, man. That way we can compare, right? Apples to apples. Have you used Polanix? No, I've heard of it, but I haven't used it. Supposed to be pretty good. Have you used it? Do you use it? What am I using to read the charts? It's called TradingView.com. It's a free. That's why sometimes I get small ads in this area, but it's free to use. TradingView.com. I'll type it out on the Discord in a second. You're trying to study the RippleNet, and the XRapid. What do you mean? XRapid is part of RippleNet. Yeah, there are solutions within RippleNet, right? I'll be right back real quick. Give me 1 second. Cool, I'm back. Yeah, but what are you trying to study with those, right? Hey, SoCal, look what I got, man. I know you like this one. That's a pretty good beer, man. Now, Black Witch. From, yeah, the same guys that make Hobgoblin, right? Witchwood Brewery. Yeah? Yeah, they're right, man. Because you gotta remember, Ripple's a company and XRP is a token. And you're not holding shares, you're holding a token. What you need for Ripple to take off is to have more adoption of the solutions that you have more adoption for the solutions that Ripple is selling that use XRP as a source of liquidity, right? Which would be, I think it's XVIA or 1 second. That solution would be. I'll look at your chart real quick, the one you sent me, because they mentioned it, but. I can't remember if you use XRapid. I think you're using the XRP token. I think that's the one that uses it. Man, I just ate another one of those super hot wings, man. They're pretty good, but man. Snap. I'm gonna make my nose run. So you have to be careful when you hear XYZ Bank on money transfer correctly, dude. If they're using X current, that means they're using fiat to send money. Yeah, dude, don't buy into it, right? You have to look at what they're using. Most of the banks are using X current, not actually any other solution, right? Yeah, they're partnering with Ripple, which is a company, but that doesn't mean they have to use a token. Who MoneyGram is using XRP. Well, yeah, but you have to look at what solution they use. That's why when we did the actual coverage for PNC, which was 2 episodes ago, you can see that we actually said that they're using Ripple solution that does not use the XRP token. Because a lot of people just get caught up with Ripple, right? They hear Ripple and they associate it with XRP, but not necessarily. Ripple's the company and XRP is the token they use. Or the token they emitted, right? Okay, so he'll get off XRP for now. Why are you gonna get out of XRP, man? I mean, I believe they have huge potential long term, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm still holding it because I do believe that they have potential long term play, right? So this, let's call it a. I'm not gonna swing trade it or I'm not gonna day trade it, right? I hold my Ripple for like longer term, right? All right, we can talk about Ripple, man. I don't care. That's fine. Let me ask you, what would be the point of anyone ever investing in Litecoin? That's the good question, bro. Actually, I did have an article about Litecoin and I didn't touch it because it's really bad. That's good, man. Everyone has a favorite crypto, and I also like Ripple, man. But I also like I see the potential in the other ones as well, right? But Litecoin, I don't like Litecoin in particular because it's a faster version of Bitcoin with the same problems, right? But without the same weight in value. So I found this article, right? It says Litecoin Charlie Lee raises the question of Dash centralization again. It's a BS article. I didn't touch it because it didn't add anything to the stream, right? But I was gonna talk about it real quick. Some guy came out and said this, right? And I'm just bringing it out because you made the point. It says, imagine a coin that didn't have to rely on handouts, the power of Dash. Because we talked about the other day, right? Charlie Lee is going to put money into the Litecoin Foundation so they can keep on developing and doing stuff. So, and the Litecoin Foundation, we know, runs on donations. So if people don't donate, they're going to run out of money to pay the developers, and they're going to be screwed. Well, I see Litecoin is for miners to get whatever rewards they have left. I doubt it, man, because it costs them a lot. Right? They even talked. We also talked about that, right? The rewards got cut in half on August the 5th, so they get half of the tokens that we're getting, right? The coins that we're getting, and they still have the same prices, right? The same electricity bills and everything. Actually, they have to work a little bit harder because also the hashing rate got higher, right? So they need to use more resources to get the same coin. They needed to use more resources to get half of the coins at lower price, because the price kept going down, right? That's a pretty good question. I think they were. I don't want to say the number, but I think they dropped from. I can't remember if they were at 25 and they dropped to 1250, or if they dropped to 6.25. I'll check it out real quick for you though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that it could be a good mix though, right? I mean, like I said, dude, the portfolio, how much you hold, how much you have in each one, uh, it depends a lot on what your appetite for risk is, on which project you believe will have good upside potential, right? Um, Let me look at this real quick though. What was it? Litecoin halving, right? What was it? I'm trying to figure out real quick what that coin dropped to, right? Yeah, so they actually dropped from 25 to 12.5, right? So the next halving would be to 6.25. Yeah, Litecoin was popular, right? Because it was a faster version of Bitcoin. Yeah, basically, Litecoin is running the same code that Bitcoin is. That's why when they're developing, and that's why they had all these things that they were not doing anything. Basically, any update that Bitcoin has, Litecoin has to have in order to function as or to keep it functioning well. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure if you worked at Coinbase or not, but that's pretty good. That's good trivia to know, right? Yeah. I mean, Litecoin, like I said, is not a really good coin, right? Their project depends on donations. They can get. They're not solving anything, man. They're just faster Bitcoin. That's it. That's what they can like rely on saying, right? So like I said, I don't hold Litecoin. I never liked the project, so. Well, Litecoin stays in the top 10 because, let's say, it was one of the earlier coins, right? So it has a lot of people following it. Yeah. Yeah, they had early adopters. There's people that still believe in the project. I don't buy it, but yeah. Well, like I said, it was one of the earlier it was one of the earlier alternatives to Bitcoin, right? So I was getting a little bit tongue twisted there. So yeah, the masses. It was accessible. It was there. It was a faster means of pay to Bitcoin, and there were not a lot of projects going on. So. Steam. What? I'm not sure. I looked at that one, man. Let me look at it real quick. I'll look it up. Do you have the ticker for that? I guess it's Steam to Bitcoin, right? Are they $2 in anything? Yeah, by trading. Let's look at this one. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't looked at that project, man. Uh, don't look very good, right? Well, this is a 1 hour. Let's look at the daily. Well, actually, they had a huge spike up in 2016, and then they lost it all. Man, that's not pretty good, right? Then it went up again, and what was it? 2018, right? Look, man, look at this Steam. 2019, everyone went up, right? And look at this, man. It's dead, man. It didn't go up with everyone, right? Like even Ripple made a small upside movement, right? And but this coin is dead, man. It's trading at like 16 cents, and it's not showing any signs. Let's look at it closer. What is this? Look, man. Hidden bullish, hidden bearish divergence, right? Price continuation, usually. So downside movement, likely. You haven't been able to be above the 20 MA. Well, here we're above the 20 MA, but you haven't been above the 20 MA since... this would be a legit above the 20 MA, right? Since the 26th of June, man. Right? ICOs. Was a social media platform, and we do content articles. It would get rewards in Steam. Yeah. Is that platform still alive? I never heard about it, so I never used it. Yeah, I'm looking up right now. With this one, right? Yeah, I never heard of them, man. I'm not even sure when was this posted, right? Oh, yesterday. Okay, cool. So apparently you do have some movement, right? I'm not sure if I want to get paid in a crypto that is doing so badly, to be honest, right? I mean, 16 cents, and it hasn't been able to make any major high. It hasn't been able to get above 55 cents, right? It seemed like this coin basically died on November 17, 2018, and it was never able to recover again. So like, yeah, so they were quitting their jobs to be Steam creators. Okay, cool. They were making thousands a month, but it's in rewards. Okay. Due to FOMO, yeah, it could be, right. If it was before 2017, yeah, you could have the big FOMO going on. And I just closed the website. I'll open it again real quick. Snap! What did I do with that Steemit website? Did I leave it down here? Yeah, I still have it here. Look at that. A guy posted yesterday, made $187 on his post, right? Let's look at how much people are making. So basically, anything that is new, it's below $160, right? We haven't seen anything higher than that. Yeah, nothing, man. Like 30, 20. I gotta look at older posts and see how much people were making, but it just seems they're making very little money, man. I wouldn't quit my job to make $37 a day or whatever, right? Yeah, it seems like no one's making a lot of money, dude. Someone from 3 days ago just made $69, bro. Okay, accepting crypto full-time. Not full-time, but there were reports on a company called... Snap, I forgot the name. It's in California. It was an accounting firm. It was the largest accounting firm in California. And they were actually said they were going to start accepting crypto as a form of payment, and they were going to take 1,000 different cryptos as a form of payment. Also, we did an article on, or we actually talked about an article that was, I think it was Allianz, the insurance company, that they said they might start doing some crypto stuff. I'm trying to figure out what else, man. I know some restaurants take crypto. In New Zealand, actually allowed people to get paid in crypto so long as it's tied to a fiat currency. So people in New Zealand can get paid in cryptocurrencies. That's legal. It's legit. And well, like you said, right? There's people that are dividends that are gonna get paid in crypto. So yeah, there's acceptance going on, right? I mean, Dallas Mavericks is gonna take payment in form of Bitcoin, but it's gonna be through BitPay. That's also another one, right? And Miami Dolphins, I think they're going with the Litecoin. And I wonder why they go with Litecoin. It's such a I'm not gonna say, let's just call it a bad coin. I wouldn't have taken Litecoin. They should have gone with another project. Yeah, we talked. Oh, actually, we did also an article. We talked about an article with Bitcoin or crypto coin domains. I think some guy bought an Ethereum.com, not related to the crypto, but it's worth like $10 million right now. Well, yeah, XRP is the banker's coin, right? Bankers are using it, but it's the only coin that's having adoption. Tell me who is using Bitcoin except for people and using it as a store of value, right? What other project, what company is using Bitcoin to do something else, right? At least Ripple is solving a huge problem. Yeah, Bitcoin is solving a problem, right? It's solving the mistrust that people have on central banks and other institutions, and that's fine. But any other crypto can do that as well. Like, there's people that said, you know, Bitcoin is finite. There's a certain amount, and other coins get burned, and then the amount decreases, right? And then that's gonna make it more valuable because they're scarce. But in the end, there's gonna be less coins. My point to that is, yeah, but anyone can make a cryptocurrency. Tomorrow, I can go out and make another crypto and make it a cheaper Bitcoin. And if it's too expensive for people to buy Bitcoin, they might go and start buying other coins, right? So I think being pro or hardcore on a coin is not necessarily healthy for anyone or for the environment at all. I think people should just be more acceptable to other cryptos in general, because every project aims to solve anything else, or aims to solve a certain problem, right? Everyone have money that Amazon would accept, Bitcoin, Litecoin, etc. What are your thoughts on Facebook Libra? Sith Libra. Arise, Sith Libra. Or something like that. Like Emperor Palpatine. I know what you wanted to say, man. That's pretty good cover for the war, though. I haven't read much on that. Sounds like a social media company trying to get... Yeah. Yeah, what I think about Libra, dude. I think we said it yesterday, right? Libra is the company's money, right? A lot of corporations are getting behind it because, and some of them are now actually starting to hide their hands, right? Like, because they faced a lot of rejection. I don't like the project, particularly with all the mistrust issues that Facebook has had with Cambridge Analytica and all these other things. So, and they're basically gonna back their. It's not gonna be a real crypto because it's not. It's gonna be sort of centralized, right? They're gonna back their crypto with different currencies from different countries, right? That's what they said. So they were gonna have dollars, euros, and I don't know what else to back their actual currency, right? But it didn't. I haven't looked at their white paper, to be honest. I'm not sure if they're gonna burn it or they're gonna be able to create more. I wouldn't get Libra for sure. Maybe at first because there's gonna be a lot of hype and price might go up. So if you get it quickly at the beginning, you might see an upside. But at first, they're just gonna sell it to the investors, right? To whoever they're bringing on board as the main companies, right? They could, man. They could block all ad related. Yeah, they could. But in the end, it's like I said, dude. Everyone's coming out with their own crypto, right? Next thing you know, you want to buy Coke, you're gonna have to have a Coke crypto. You want to buy Pepsi, you're gonna have to have Pepsi crypto. You want to buy something in Amazon, you're gonna have to have Amazon crypto. You want to buy something in Walmart, you're gonna have to have Walmart crypto, because everyone's coming out with their own like currency, right? So at some point in time, it does have to become regulated. And I think Walmart actually did have patents, right? We covered articles on that. Have I researched ICOs? Yes, I think most of them are dead now, right? Because a lot of scams going on. I don't like ICOs. I wouldn't buy on ICO for sure. IPOs or ICOs? Because IPOs, initial public offerings, are a different thing. And I would actually get into an IPO for a company that I believed in than an ICO for a crypto that I have no idea what they're gonna do, man. That's a fact, yeah. But you're right, IPOs in the second line. So I'm not sure if you're talking about stocks, right? Backing companies. Yeah, but there's a lot of scams around that, bro. I do get it, right? It's like a smart contract, right? You send the next amount of money, you get it back. I don't know if you're in Telegram or not. I'm in Telegram. And I get a lot of invitations to a lot of things like that, right? And there's a lot of fake news. A lot of fake ICOs. Not ICOs necessarily, but even smart contracts, dude. I found on Telegram, and I had to actually go and look at the XRP website because it was so uncanny, the resemblance, right? It says like Brad Garlinghouse is celebrating that they got listed in I think it was when they actually got listed in Coinbase, right? And I was looking at that, and now I was having a chat with Soka, and we both had to look at the XRP website because what they published, it was very similar, and they said send 1,000 XRPs and you're gonna get like 10,000 XRPs back, right? It was like 10 times your money. It's obviously a scam, dude. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, right? And we actually talked about that the other day as well. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Money is not as easy to get. No one's going to give you free money. And an ICO is a promise of something to happen, right? So they're selling you a dream. If it doesn't happen, they keep your money. Yeah. Many shady Russian people, yeah. Yeah, dude, ICOs are, that's why they become banned in a lot of places, and they're heavily regulated, are starting to be, or trying to be heavily regulated, right? So a lot of people got scammed out of money with ICOs. And, look, if you want to get free coins, or you can do airdrops, right? And even some airdrops are scams, so you have to really look at what airdrops you do. But I've done a couple of airdrops to get some like coins, some projects that I believe in. Sometimes they didn't even send the money, and sometimes they did. Then afterwards, after you get it, they requested that you paid money for them to free the funds. You know, it's a BS, dude. I wouldn't even say that most airdrops are BS right now. Yeah, there are some where people made crazy money, right? But you gotta... Like I said, dude, you have to think about your risk and how much risk averse you are, or how much appetite for risk you have. What altcoins have the most potential? Man, that's an interesting question, but I think it just depends on everyone's and what you see, right? My opinion, okay. Binance has a lot of potential, bro. Even though I don't like it, Binance has a utility case. They're actually the coin of the exchange with the most trades on the market, right? One of the largest exchanges. So that coin is not going to go anywhere anytime soon unless the exchange crashes. And they're coming out with all these products, right? Binance X, Binance Investment or whatever, Binance Futures. They have all these things they have going on for them. Binance Lend, right? You're going to be able to put Binance coin to lend for people to use as margin trading, right? Supposed to get, I think 15% return on your investment annually. Binance, but Binance is one of the ones I see with a lot of use, right? So I don't think Binance is gonna go anywhere anytime soon unless you kill that exchange. And Binance Jersey is supposed to open in like 2 months, so, or a month and a half now. So that'll be a good coin to have probably. And even the Bank of Japan, we did an article. The Bank of Japan recommends 5 coins for people to hold, and those are actually the 5 coins that we covered. I didn't even know that before we actually did that article. I'll try to see if I can find it real quick here on my notes. But I will say, if you hold the top 5 coins, you should be good, right? Other minor coins, I mean, I even saw a project for I think it was a coin that was a purchasing coin where you were gonna be able to get like better prices because you were gonna be able to buy in mass. Like if I wanted to buy a chair that was $200, but you also wanted that same chair, and like 10 other people wanted that same chair, then we could probably all get it for like $100 each, right? And it was supposed to be an ICO that was coming out. I think it never took off. I'm trying to figure out this one real quick though. Japan. Could it be this one? This is the Ethereum news. 17 must have been on the 21st, I think. Right, it's this one. We did on the 21st actually. I thought it was the 17th, but I was a bit off by a day. And we'll look at this one real quick, right? This is a website from currencies you can invest in, right? Bitcoin as well as the others. Well, guess what the other ones are, right? The other ones are Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and Binance. Those are the 5 coins they actually end up suggesting. And I think it's actually, I have to click on the link to go there, right? 5 coins here. Yeah, I have to click on the link and it'll take me there. Right, so this is the 5 cryptocurrencies to invest in 2019. It's an article, not my thinking, but anyways, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and Binance Coin, right? I wouldn't invest in Litecoin personally. I would put more effort or more money into Binance than Litecoin because I don't believe in the Litecoin project. But this one has real case use. So from here, I do have some amounts of Bitcoin, some amounts of Ethereum, Ripple, and I don't have Binance right now, but I did have Binance at some point in time, and I really regret selling it right now that it's at like, when it hit 40, I was like, man, I shouldn't have sold it, man. 4 times my money, it would have been great. Right, but anyways, those are the articles that I talked about that back then. It was another stream, right? Yeah, dude, we have, even though we've been here for like 30 days straight, there's a lot of information we've covered, man. And they're like really small capsules. We usually go for like, before we had the chat, right? Because with the chat, it makes it more interactive. But prior to people actually coming in and chatting, it was just Soka usually that was here all the time, and he had very few questions. But We just had very small capsules, and we covered a lot of information in that time frame. Like, I think we've done over 100 articles for sure, man. So back to ICOs. Okay, remember hearing people that send their Ethereum and Bitcoin to Tron, and they got 100 tokens for every one Ethereum. How many folk put 5,000 worth of Ethereum cashed out millions? Yes, I mean, like I said, dude. But look at what Tron is right now. Look at what's happening with Justin Sun, right? I mean, he was like fucking apologizing publicly, like, oh, my elders, I don't know what I've mistaken, and I'm too young and brash, and I'm running around, and maybe I pushed too heavy on the marketing, etc., etc. He's BS, bro. I mean, I did look at Tron as a potential investment, but I didn't take it because to me something was off, right? I was also looking at Cardano, right? Yeah, I was also looking at Cardano for investing, and then I said, "Hell's no, dude." At some point in time, I was even looking at Stellar, and look at where Stellar is, dude. Stellar used to be like 10 cents below Ethereum, below XRP, right? And right now it's much lower than that. They had a really good relationship, right? And right now they seem to be decoupled a little bit because Stellar. Let's look at that XLM to the dollar. I'm cracking. Look at where it's sitting, dude. At 0.6 cents. It sucks. I do have some Stellar. Not too much, but I do have some. Actually, I got it free from blockchain.com. Yeah, I think it was blockchain.com. They're giving it away free if you signed up for their wallet or whatever. So I got like $25 worth of XLM, which then dropped to almost nothing. And that's why I didn't want to hold it, right? But I kept it because I said maybe it has potential, right? It's the poor man's Ripple. Maybe it'll take off someday and it'll go up, right? It's also trying to solve some of the same issues. But man, I wish I would have sold it. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. I got it free, and still free money, but it's there. Kind of got deceived from a young guy that had invested a lot into Neem. Okay. Ethereum of Asia. Well, Neem was supposed to be a good coin, right? Yeah, that's the thing, bro. You have to look at market signals, right? As soon as the worst thing you can do is keep on your mind that it just went down. I'm gonna make money. If I wait, it's gonna go up. If I wait, it's gonna go up. And then you keep on dropping. You keep on dropping. You keep on dropping. And if you keep holding on to that, wait, it has to go up. It's dropped so much now. It has to go up. That's not the mentality you have to have. You have to be very disciplined when you do this trading, right? You have to set up your stop losses. That's what stop losses are there for. So you would put a stop loss at a, let's say, I don't know. There's many ways that you can put a stop loss. If you haven't heard about Volkowski, I would highly recommend you read one of their books or one of his books. And you have to look at what he's doing, and he's pretty good at charts, right, in analysis. But in the book Trading Basics, he actually goes into detail on stop losses and which ones are better and which ones are worse, right? So you have to. You can stomach 20% loss, dude. I think that's too much still. I think you can maybe. Well, with crypto market, it can drop 10% in a day, right? And you can get stopped out, but you have to have a clear plan for trading, dude, and you have to stick with it, right? If you say, I'm going to get out when this drops 5, 10, 15, 20%, that's when you get out. You don't wait to see what happens. That discipline is what keeps you profitable and what keeps your losses at a minimum. Right, because if you keep on waiting and hoping that it'll go up, yeah, maybe it'll go up, and maybe you missed out because you cashed out. But don't look back because you're keeping your plan and you're staying with it, right? If you look back and then you say, "Man, I screwed up," and then you I should have stayed. Next time you're gonna reinforce a bad habit that you shouldn't have when you're trading, right? You should always keep the 20% over 1K. Okay. Can I send you book records? Yeah, I can recommend you books, bro. I'll send them to you on the Discord, right? Yeah, I mean, for cryptos, I think 20% is too low. Maybe 15% would be good. It's hard to go 15% down in one day. although it's not unheard of. But look, this is XLM, right? Like I said, it's shitty, dude. It didn't recover like anyone else did. It just kept on like pooping out, right? And now it's sitting even below the previous low, and I mean we're maybe hitting some support back from May 2017, and we could still go and hit this area of chop down here for zero point 0.1 cent, right? 0.18. So still, this will be another support area because apparently from here to here something happens with the chart that is not showing, but the price just jumped up like crazy. But if this was the previous trading volume, I don't know what happened here. You would have to say this could be support, right? In this coin, let's say Alt-H and Alt-H, right? This would be your range, right, after here. And here, I'm not sure what we're holding on to. Maybe something here, because I can't see anything in this area that would indicate that we have support. So yeah, it depends a lot on what's going on, right? This is sitting low on the RSI, even like it's not an oversold, but it's sitting at like what 32, 33, yeah, 32, and negative momentum starting to decrease. Maybe make some positive momentum, but look at this spike you had yesterday, bro. This is not good, bro, because this is probably something happened that created FOMO here. But someone probably squeezed the market or something. How can you find coins that go up? Dude, you don't know, dude. You have to read charts, and when you start doing charts, you maybe find things that make you think that are indicators that would mean that the price is gonna go up. But you don't know for sure how high they're gonna go. I mean, yeah, you have measured moves you can do, right? Like we did it yesterday with Ripple, right? Or with Bitcoin, actually. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. And we did it here, right? With this smaller structure. And we said, look, if we were to go from this high to this low, right? I'm gonna call it there, and then move this. Not letting me. There we go. And then we break to the upside, right? Man, what's wrong with this? Is it gonna let me move it now? Okay, cool. So we break to the upside right now, right? Not today because we haven't. Well, I'll put it today, right? If we break to the upside today, we could get to $12,000. If we end up breaking the downside today, we probably would see at least $6,000. But if I consider this other part of the structure to here, like this more major structure, not just a small one, we maybe have a much bigger move to the downside, right? And that's how you would take measures, right? Every time you see a pattern like a triangle or what do we call it, a wedge, you would take the measure of where you're taking the first point and the second point, right, for the bottom and top, and you could measure that as an upside or downside movement, right? That's what you would expect to see as a rebound, let's say. But no rebound is gonna get you to 400% increase, right? That's just time, and like sometimes it's even luck, dude. Because how did he get up to 480% up, right? You need to look at the indicators and see if there was data that was stating that it was price action to the upside. Sometimes those movements are pump and dump schemes, right? A lot of people get together on Telegram and then all of a sudden they want to, right? I know. Okay, you know which part, sorry. Can I look at Chainlink? Yeah, you have the ticker for that? Okay, so I found it. Link to what? Let's find a dollar pair, right? It's not gonna be the best, but maybe this one will work. All right. All right. So which upside you mean? Like from here when he was born to like here? When did he go up 480%? Let me see here. From here to here. That's not a measure. Sorry, I want to do measure, not measure. Yeah, maybe from here to here. Maybe from here, bro. From here to it's not a measure. There we go. So like maybe from here to where is it? It's not showing it. There we go. Like from here to here, it's like 1,000%. So it's not from here. So we need to find dates, right? Last 12 months, the last 12 months it hasn't gone up for 185%. Look at this, bro. We're on the daily, and we have more data to the back. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's more, right? I'm trying to figure it out. Give me 1 second, man. I'm trying to figure out where to take it from to see that 300 and somewhat percent. This will be 700% up, right? So you wouldn't have gotten in here. Here maybe, but then it was around 3. Look, the closest I can get right now, maybe if you take this dip, if you got the dip here and then you went up, that's not the one I want to measure. Yeah, I'll be 474, right? Okay, I'm close enough. This measure move would put me at 474, right? And I think it's a little bit low, or maybe I'm a little bit off, but this will be close enough. That means you would have to buy at June 3rd. Let's look at what's going on June 3rd, right? Let's see. Nothing here but chop, right? Here, there we go. Low, lower low, no indication of that huge price back here in the daily. Let's look at the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, let's see. No, no. This wouldn't be like type like a bearish divergence here, right? Like if you go from here to here. Wait, it wasn't here. I saw one that was opposite. Yeah, it's this one over here. So if you would have gone from here to here and from here to here, that was bearish divergence, and that would have meant price action to the downside, right? But you didn't get that price action to the downside. You actually kept on going up. So something else was going on behind. Maybe there's fundamentals at play here, right? And I'm trying to figure out what else I can see, right? Like here to here, here to here, you would have bullish divergence here. That would have meant price action to the upside. And then from here to here, and then from here to here, you would have had more bullish divergence, right? That would also have meant price action to the upside. And you did get that price action to the upside. Actually, I'm trying to find like patterns, right? Like here you have a big M. Then here you would, man, this price spike on this day. What happened? What happened June 13th? Did they get listed or something? Dude, I don't do shorts. I don't like shorts. That's not my style of trading. I don't do them. I don't recommend them. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get wrecked really bad. Because if you go long, you can only lose however much you put in, right? So if you get in here, and then all of a sudden the price goes down to here, you can get out and you're good. But if you put a short and then the market goes to hell, bro, you can lose more than what you put in. You can owe a lot of money on a short, and I don't like doing shorts, man. Really, no, that's not my style of trading, dude. I don't do shorts. I don't do margins, and I don't do leverage. I don't like it. I don't like owing money to anyone. So I just play with what I have, right? And some people can say, yeah, if you use leverage, you can get 6 times. Yeah, but you can also lose 6 times, right? So if you only have 1,000 and you use 6 times leverage and you lose that $6,000, you're 5,000 in the hole. Now I don't want to be in that position ever, right? So I don't do shorts, man. I don't play the market to the downside. There's a huge potential that it breaks the other way, or someone has more dominion or control over the market, and man just makes a large purchase when he knows there's a lot of shorts and gets a lot of people stopped out of their position, and man, that's not a good position to be in, bro. I don't like shorts. You can make a lot of money in shorts. That's that guy on the Big Short movie, right? Or the actual guy, not the guy in the movie. There are, man. There are a lot of opportunities, but if you're not in a position where you can read the market to the downside, know where the potential stops are, and know where the potential reversals are, you're going to get probably really screwed if you go in a short. You gotta, if you're gonna go into shorts, you gotta be really. It's not for newbies, bro. All right, cool, man. Bring more friends over. Your other friend didn't chat that much. Yeah, I'm not drinking a Guinness right now. I'm drinking actually a what's it? A Black Witch from Witchwood Brewery. It's an English beer. It's pretty good. It's a porter. It's really, really good. I like it. But, yeah, your friend Sarah Elizabeth didn't chat that much. But it's cool, dude. I want to have more people, right? Tell her to ask questions. That's what we're here for. Bring more people. Man, I ate that wing. That man is killing me. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro. No, and actually, thank you for bringing her over, right? Like I said, we really want to get this community going, and I want to get more people in here. The more we are, you're gonna see it's gonna start jumping, bro. It's gonna get really, really good. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, I'm here for this, right? I'm here to help answer questions, at least from my point of view. Whatever expertise or lack of I have, I'll be as upfront as I can, right? Yeah, you too, bro. Anyways, I'll do the sign off real quick. Guys, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and education purposes only. Please do your own research before you purchase or invest into any cryptocurrency or digital asset. Don't eat really hot wings. I'm telling you from experience. Yeah, I'm back tomorrow, dude. I'm here every day. Monday through Sunday at 9. Unless if I was not to be here, I would either put it on the Discord and state it, or when I do the logout screen. Thanks, man. I like it. If I'm not if I'm not gonna be here for a day or something, I would probably put it in the schedule, right? At the beginning of the stream and at the end, you will see the schedule. Ha! I wish I had a Ferrari, man. That's pretty good. No Ferraris, bro. Yeah, and you can drive a Ferrari in Mexico City. There's a lot of bumps, and 1.6 RP goes to 100. Yeah, maybe 100, 1,000. Let's see where it goes, man. Yeah, you can drive a Ferrari in Mexico. You can, but it's too flashy. Anyways, that'll be all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell. We're here every day, man. If you like what we do, bring your friends over. Show them the videos. If they don't know about crypto, it doesn't matter. We can teach them. And that's what we're here for, right? We want to get this community going. Thank you, Sean Christian, for being here. Thank you, Elizabeth, for being here as well. And Soka, because you were also here. You're here every day, man. I really appreciate it. Sarah Elizabeth, sorry. Thank you for being here as well. Let's get more people joining this party, right? We're at 50 subs. I really want to get this going. It's gonna be a lot of fun once we get more people. I guarantee that. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys, that'll be all for tonight. Have a great Saturday night. Go out, have fun. Go out for some drinks. Go out to a club. Go out for coffee. Whatever, man. It's Saturday. You know, have fun. I'll see you all tomorrow.